some people think it was a cheap shot. I don't know. I'm more of the impression that, like, first of all, I remember the way Hunter looked at the time. I don't know. I didn't really take it as much as an insult. I mean, I know a lot of people kind of jumped on it and were kind of like, that was a big deal, but I was still thinking to myself, I'm like, well, you take off your shirt and stand next to me and let's still see who looks better, because, like, he wasn't exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer either at the point. I mean, he was a little pudgy, so. But also, I mean, in his defense, Hunter is a ball buster, and he's an equal opportunity ball buster, so, it might have been a cheap shot, but I mean, you've seen the way him and Shawn are, you've seen, they just, that's the way he is. He's a ball buster, so he does that. So, like, it was probably not appropriate, especially for where the business was and what the message they were trying to convey, but, it was said, and, I'm sure if they could take it back, considering the controversy it raised, I'm sure they would, but, they don't live in the past, so they ain't even thinking about it.
Right, yeah, it just, I think what upset a lot of people is just, he's kind of taken over the company at some point, and to be mocking someone's physique, especially during that time when you had, Eddie Guerrero and everything, I think it was just kind of tone deaf. So
it was a surprising thing to me, just because, I don't know, everybody thought that my whole suspension, everything was over steroids, and then they equated that to me losing weight when I came back, but I mean, that wasn't the truth either. The truth was, my issue was prescription painkillers, and the only reason I lost weight was really just because, or lost the amount of weight I did, was because I was basically, every morning I woke up and I ran 2 miles as part of my own personal therapy, and I wasn't doing as much weight training, so I mean, so going for that morning jog 5 days a week, every week, kind of really made me slim down a lot more than I even realized, because, I was off in seclusion, off in the middle of bum effing Tennessee. I hadn't seen anybody in forever, so I came out of there, and then, people were like, oh my God, you lost a lot of weight, and, I